All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. This is Dear Gen X, Generation X Nation. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed, who has followed me, who has left me a message. I will reply back. I love meeting you guys in the comments and just having a conversation with you. Now, as y'all seen the thumbnail, I'm going to talk real quick about this Love and Marriage Huntsville trailer, and we're going to talk about that seating chart at Married to Medicine. All right. Wasn't a lot going on outside of the Super Bowl, and there were some things going on in Hot Topics with some hip hop artists and things like that. I may discuss that later on, do a real quick 3-minute wrap up of somebody's videos. But for right now, we're going to discuss some of the shows that I actually do commentary on. Before we do anything, again, thank you to everybody who has liked and subscribed or left a comment to my channel. Please keep it coming. Please share. And I definitely do appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed. All right. Now, everything I say is alleged in my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. And for this particular video, I did put up the fair use disclaimer under Section 107 for the Copyright Act of 1976, because I will be playing audio only, not video, just audio of the Love and Marriage Huntsville trailer, one of the trailers, because they got a couple of trailers out there. So I don't want to take too much of your time, so we're going to go ahead and get started. But before I start on this particular commentary, let me just say this. Stormy, come to the front. Stormy, come to the front. Now, I know everybody done been all over YouTube and social media, TikTok and everything, getting on you about having Martell Hope at your TikTok live with Lala. I definitely understood why you were trying to do it. I don't know if Martell just needed a job or needed some exposure. Maybe Martell is going to be parlaying into that Bell Collective Birmingham you doing. But if you needed a man, a nice looking young man from Love and Marriage Huntsville or one of the TV shows to be on there, you picked Martell. And I get the pickings was thin, because we got to cancel out Scott 1.0 and Scott 2.0. They're married. I get it. We got to cancel out Ken, because I don't know if he's still with Trish, marrying Trish. He busy stealing other people's families. I don't know. We got to cancel out Lance. He got a baby he taking care of and several other kids and divorce. We got to cancel out Will. He got 4 baby moms. So I know the pickings was thin, and we can't use Chris Fletcher either. So I'm like, there was nobody else you could have used from the show. And my mind said, well, why did she go ask Twan? From what I could see, he's single because he was dating Destiny. He didn't mention anything about no children, and he's a nice looking guy. He's a bodyguard, got a nice physique, but I guess Martell was more popular than Twan. More people would know Martell because he's been on there longer, but it's just the aesthetics of Martell sitting there trying to give Lala some marriage advice. Really? Really? So I think Lala's people might have known who you were, because you are a multi-million-dollar beauty industry person. I get it. We're not knocking your brand. I actually have some body glaze that smell good. I did buy some because I support everybody. Okay. I don't have a dog in this fight. However, they might not have did the necessary research on Martell, because I don't think they would have, let him sit down there and get that close to her. However, maybe it was one of those pop-up things where they didn't know he was coming and you brought him in. She probably knew who he was, but had to go ahead and play it off because, Lala is an actress. Anyway, Stormy, next time, go get Twan. I think people like him. Now, let's talk about this whole. First, we're going to talk about Letitia Scott. Letitia Scott, come to the front. You up first. You out here telling other people business once again. And it's amazing how you don't do this, but you don't want anybody talking about your business and your marriage. But there you go, repeating something you heard instead of keeping your damn mouth shut. Listen up. This is Letitia letting the world know that Ken is in people's DMs.
Ken ladies came back to me and she was like, Ken be in these girls' DM.
I mean, I have had conversations with people, but I just feel like it's a little messy, especially coming from Tisha, with Marceau being who they say he is.
Tisha tell Trish, supposedly somebody came to her and I was in their DMs.
She told Trish that?
If there's anybody that shouldn't carry bone, it's us.
now all of a sudden.
Marceau, I agree with you 100%. Letitia Scott, you shouldn't even have said nothing. You should have left that alone. That should have been a secret that you kept to yourself. Or at the bare minimum, you should have told your husband and said, hey, babe, maybe you need to have a conversation with Ken, because here's what's coming back to me, but I don't want to get in it. You might want to talk to him man to man. Don't tell him it came from me, and maybe he need to chill on what he's doing. But you should have stayed out of it, because anytime somebody says something about your marriage, yeah, is it my marriage? Y'all trying to break up my marriage. And here you do every season in somebody else's business. I know Ken and Trish ain't married yet, but they still in a quote relationship. But here you go. Now we're going to talk about Chris Fletcher and Marceau. I don't understand why Chris had to report to Marceau about his license, but I'll let you listen to the conversation and I'll talk about it in a minute.
Get my license revoked. Now you're trying to make a big deal out of it. I'm supposed to get on a bullhorn and alert everybody that my license revoked.
No, just me.
Who the are you?
Your lawyer.
Now, I'm thinking maybe Chris and Marceau were doing business together, and maybe Marceau don't want to link his name up to something that may be a little shady. I get it, and I'm not calling Chris shady. I'm saying he did lose his license for some alleged complaints about fraud. We don't know. So maybe Marceau is like, look, I'm doing business with you, maybe looking at properties with you, may even bought some properties through you because you're a realtor. And I need to know what's going on because that can look bad on me. So I get Marceau saying that. But I also understand, Chris, I ain't got to report a damn thing to you. So these Scotts and these Fletchers, again, are still having their back and forth. Now you got the men fighting. But I do understand what Marceau was saying. Like I say, I give everybody equal playing field over here. I don't have a dog in this fight. And if I feel that I like Chris Fletcher, but I also understand Marceau being a businessman, I kind of get what he's saying. So now we get into this Destiny and his doggone Letitia Scott arguing once again with Destiny.
Is more towards Nail.
Why are you questioning
I
it?
got to know what box to put everybody in.
What's the label on my box?
Don't trust that hoe.
Every joke got some truth to it.
It's you! I just want you to tell them you're wrong.
If I don't
talk about me behind my back.
You want me to fight with Nell?
I'm leaving.
No,
I am
don't
leaving.
walk out the door.
I'm leaving.
You need to stop with the bull and this victimization.
One of the ladies came back to
But
Oops,
I
let
just
me
feel like it's
stop.
a little.
Okay. Now, once again, Letitia's over there demanding loyalty from somebody. Well, Letitia, you're not loyal to anybody. We've seen this season after season. You go wherever the wind go. Okay. Now, Destiny is finding she's at the F around and find out moment that these Scots ain't really who they say they are. Look how they treat me. So she's kind of blocked in the corner because the people she thought was her friends, probably not really her friends. Speaking of, I seen Destiny, I think, on Stormy's TikTok too, or she was on one of those videos Stormy had posted. So all of a sudden, Destiny is now hanging out with Stormy. But remember, her and Stormy had a rough start, but now they're friends. Okay, so Letitia is telling Destiny that I need loyalty from you. I don't want you standing there while this lady is talking about me behind my back. And Destiny is saying, well, what box do you have me in? And Tisha said, I need to know where to put my friends at. And she said, well, what box am I in? And she said, you in the box, don't trust that hoe. You could only say that to me once, baby. Don't trust that hoe. I'd have been gone. I would have said, you know what, you're right. So in order to resolve that, you ain't got to ever speak to me again. Destiny, that's when you should have got up and walked out. All right. Now, Letitia is demanding that Destiny look like pick a side. Either you team Nell or you team Tisha Scott. Destiny, from what I can gather, you and Nell have been friends way longer than the Scotts. Now, this already didn't happen once with your former castmate when Nell had to pick a side and looked like she went to the Scott side and left her castmate behind, even though they had this long-time friendship. Don't let these Scotts keep coming in here, breaking up these long-term friendships. And then once they break them up, then they don't want nothing to do with you. Okay? Because that's what she did to her former castmate, and she about to do that to you. And if you cut Nell off and then you get over that side and the Scotts decide they don't like you, it's a wrap for you. Because you know Letitia's going to go get her lapdog, Kim, to sign off on whatever BS that she's doing. But Letitia, once again, as soon as the conversation started getting heated, she got up and started walking out. And what do I always say she's a runner, she's a track star. She runs away when the conversation gets hard. Letitia does that every freaking time. So Destiny's out there, come back, come back. Stop acting this victimization thing you playing. I'm sick of it. Destiny, where you been? Hello? Letitia has been doing this since the show's been on the air. You just now figured that out? You just now figured that out. That's her go-to. I'm a victim. And then Kimmy comes behind and solidifies it and backs her up, even though she know damn well she don't care for Tisha. Just my opinion. But one thing I did notice, I ain't seen no clips of Martell Holt just yet. Looks like his screen time is getting limited, or he must got something brewing in the background. So I'm gonna need to see a trailer that has Martell Holt in there doing something. Because if not, Martell, I know you ain't got up here and let these Scots and the rest of them punked you out of your position on the show that you and your ex created. I'm just saying. I do notice this though. Even though the Scots say they don't listen to social media, we don't follow all these people, you're starting to do what people have been complaining about. Because I know, and I've did it myself, where I said, hey, yeah, y'all don't never have no finished projects. I see y'all building, but I never see stuff completed. Now Tisha's doing videos of completed projects, letting you know there's spaces to rent where you can come do your podcast out. See how people tell you they don't do stuff, but you know they do? Because if you actually don't pay attention to social media, why all of a sudden you on social media posting all of your finished quote projects? And everybody's complaining the last 2 seasons about we see y'all start stuff, but we never see y'all finish. And your own brother is suing you for not finishing a project. I'm just saying. Y'all know y'all be checking on these podcasters and YouTubers. Don't lie to us. We know y'all be checking. And it's cool because that gives y'all the hints of what we want. So don't be ashamed about it. Own it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Moving on to real quick, this Married to Medicine seating chart. Andy shady as hell. That's all I'm gonna say. He got them teams split up exactly how they are split up. You got Simone, Contessa, Toya, and Brandy on one side, and you know they all on one side with Simone. And then you got Jackie, Quad, Mimi, Dr. Heavenly, and Angel. I'm sorry, Angel, but you're kind of hidden down the bottom on another side. Andy knew exactly what he was doing in that seating chart, and that's exactly how the girls operated all season on 2 separate teams. Now, I will say this. We all know everybody is the fight was between Simone and Dr. Heavenly. We all seen them back and forth. I'm not going to go over everything. We seen where Simone posted, you still taking up for the devil under Jackie's comments when she was on Watch What Happened Live. We seen where Dr. Heavenly then went on platforms talking about Simone and Toya not happy, Simone not happy, and all that other stuff. I'm just going to say this. Dr. Heavenly has been downgraded to a friend of the show. I think Dr. Heavenly is kind of on or probation, or her position is in jeopardy. I'm going to predict that all of these ladies aren't coming back. Now, I don't know which team is the safe team to be on, but to be honest with you, I would probably be on Simone's side. I don't think Simone's going anywhere. I definitely think Toya's going anywhere. And Brandy is good for the show. I don't care if Brandy's a doctor or not. Brandy got the shade that we all love. And she got a backbone, and she ain't scared of anybody. Now, on Jackie's side, Jackie on the fence. Again, I will say this over and over again because it sticks with me. Jackie and Simone have been friends since college. And according to Jackie and Simone, she delivered your children. There should be a bond there that nobody could break. And according to Dr. Heavenly, that's what Simone said when the show started. Y'all can't break this bond. Well, you did. Quad is no longer with King. I love Quad. Like I say, I don't have a dog in the fight on none of these shows. But Quad has to find a storyline quick. Because her storyline was supposed to be King, her being pregnant. She beat Sweet Tea to the punch and all of that. Mimi, at the end of the day, you got to stop psychoanalyzing your castmates. And I know that's your job and you can't cut it off, but you have to learn how to just be a friend and not be a doctor. Because I think they're kind of like, look, we tired of you psychoanalyzing us all the time. Just be a friend and take that out. And I know it's hard to distinguish from it, especially when you're a therapist listening to people all day and wanting to respond. Just don't respond sometimes. Even though you're thinking it, just don't say anything. Dr. Heavenly, I believe that you made up this whole thing about downgrading being friends to the show because you're running for office, which could be kind of true, but I think your job probably was in little jeopardy, and everybody was going to see what it would look like without you, but you're in every damn episode. So how are you a friend to the show, but you always filming? Because you trying to make good films so they don't get rid of you. And the reason I say that is because I know Andy has had conversations with you, and he did it on the last reunion about you being on these podcasts and YouTube channels talking about your castmates. We ain't forgot that you did that to Contessa, and that's how y'all had your falling out, you know. And then you turn around and doing it to Simone this year. And then you talk shit about Toya and her husband, the size of his manhood. So you have screwed a lot of people on this show. Oh, and you and Quad didn't get. Remember, you and Quad had the big fight. Let's keep it a buck. And you brought Sweet Tea on to get back at Quad, her and Dr. Greg, and it didn't work out. And then you kicked them off. After that, you no longer needed her. Angel is the only one I feel that may be in a little bit of jeopardy, but she's Quad's friend. So Angel is going to have, but she is in medicine because she's a nurse or something too. I don't know if they nurses or nurse practitioners, but they are in the medical field. So Angel is going to have to get a storyline together real quick. I guess her and Quad will be budding together, maybe dating, trying to figure things out since they both single. But the show is called Married to Medicine. So I feel those two may be the one in jeopardy, or possibly, I don't know. Dr. Mimi's a doctor and I like her, but Dr. Mimi, I don't know. But one thing I know for sure is Jackie. Jackie and Simone are OGs. Jackie and Simone aren't going anywhere. And for some reason, Jackie is probably the common denominator in all the bull crap that goes on in that show. Toya don't like her. Heavenly didn't like her at first. You know, her and Simone are best friends. Quad had an issue with Jackie. Mariah had an issue with Jackie. But Jackie lay back in the cut. You know, as they say, she throws the rocks and hide her hand. But for some reason, Andy likes Jackie, and I don't know what it is. Because anytime somebody comes on that show and goes after Jackie, you no longer see them anymore. Buffy. When Buffy went after Jackie for disclosing her personal information at that event, Buffy was gone. Sweet Tea would still be on that show today if she didn't call Jackie a bitch in front of everybody, and all of them was clutching their pearls. Oh my God, I can't believe she called Jackie a bitch. And she was gone. See, Jackie is the type of person, you know, like I say, she throws rocks and hides her hand, but nobody can touch her. Jackie knows Heavenly is wrong, but she won't correct her. Remember when Dr. Jackie and Simone had this falling out over Heavenly and they all made up? And then they all drove to Florida to Heavenly's home, childhood house. And she described how everything went with her mom and her sister, and how she was in a room with no windows and all that other stuff. Heavenly doesn't speak to her sister to this day, but she conveniently found a brother she didn't know about. See, Heavenly is trying to make us have some empathy for her, because I just think that Heavenly is finally trying to show us something with her family and her son and all of that, because I think her job was in jeopardy. And she had to come up with some storylines that we could relate to, because people got tired of her just bullying her classmates. So all of a sudden, the season that you are a friend of the show, now you can tell us about your son. You can tell us about your lost brother. You trying to make it up with your sister. You running for office. You actually shedded some tears. I ain't never seen Heavenly cry in all the years she been on this show. So I don't care what nobody say, and everything I say is alleged in my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. I think Heavenly job at some point might have been in jeopardy, and she needed to change the direction. So if she does get removed, then she can say, I was running for office, I didn't have time to do the show. So that would be her excuse. So that's why she's saying, I'm a friend to the show, but you own the show, but you getting filmed every day. To me, you look like a regular castmate. But y'all notice whenever Heavenly comes to the scene, the whole vibe changes. The ladies could be getting along just fine. When she walks in the door, the vibes change. That tells you something. Okay. Allegedly out on the streets, they said Heavenly had, went up to HR, reported some people on her cast and this, that, and the third. And that could have happened. I'm not going to speak on that because, I don't want to take other people's content and use it. But I did hear some people talking about that. And I believe it probably happened. Heavenly gives me that snake vibe. If you get in her way, she'll cut you. She don't care who you are, you know? And Quad just happy they've accepted her back in the group. But we ain't forgot when they put your ass in that plane and sent you back to Atlanta from California, Quad. I ain't gonna forget that, how you was crying and how your girls wasn't with you. And Simone said you effed us. You at your little party you have, you got up there and mentioned all your girlfriends from your TV show, but didn't mention them from your talk show, but you didn't mention them. They still hold that grudge against you in a sense. All I'm saying is, I think Andy was a little shady, but he set these people in that order for a freaking reason. There's a division in the cast, and you can see why. And last but not least, Simone, stop justifying your husband's income or his job. That ain't nobody damn business. It's your business. You're sitting here responding to people on social media that you don't even freaking know and probably don't make half the money you make. You're sitting there in New York having a great dinner with your husband, post a little joke about who paid for it, whatever, whatever, and you went on a rampage. Chill with that, Simone, because at the end of the day, you don't have to answer to nobody about what your husband make or don't make, okay? We understand if you are a doctor and your husband is in real estate, unless he's doing $1 million listings, or your husband is IT or a teacher or professor, more than likely you're probably making more money than him. That's okay. At the end of the day, you can't take it with you. Y'all happy, y'all got kids, you got family, da da da, whatever. I'm sure Dr. Jackie makes more than Curtis. I'm 100% positive of that. Now, Heavenly, I don't know, her and her husbands are doctors. They may even itself out, but dentists do charge a lot. So Heavenly might be making a lot of money. I don't know. Dr. Mimi probably making more than her husband now, but at one time they might have been even because he played for the NFL. So you don't have to tell people anything like that. Whether you got a 401k, retirement pension, you're doing too much. Okay? If they want to talk, let them talk. They have the right to do so, and you don't have to answer to that. Just keep being you. I like you, Simone, even though you loud as hell, cuss people out, got some spoiled little brats. I still like you. And Dr. Jackie, I used to have the utmost respect for you. But as they say, your slip is showing. We're starting to see a side of you that we haven't seen before. And now I understand how you and Simone could be friends for so long, because I kept saying, God, Dr. Jackie is so calm and cool. And yet Simone is rah rah. I'm like, how did they stay friends all these years? Because you exactly like Simone. You just do it in a quiet way. That's all. The only difference between you and Heavenly is Heavenly's out loud with her stuff, and you do it on DL, down low. But you still just as sneaky and raggedy as Heavenly. I'm just saying. And with that being said, hey, I'm gonna get on off here. I hope you guys liked my commentary. As I said, I'm trying to grow my channel. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. I definitely would appreciate it. Again, everything I say is alleged in my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. And I'm gonna go look at some hot topics of what happened this weekend. I know Cardi B broke up with a boyfriend, and everybody all up in the air about Bad Bunny. I may talk about it. Glorilla and her sister still fighting. I may throw out a couple of 3-minute wrap ups about some of that crap, because to me, there's bigger things going on in the world than that. But if it makes for good news and good commentary, we go ahead and talk about it anyway. And with that being said, this is Generation X Nation. You guys go out and have a great rest of your day. Peace, and I'm out.